Oh, wow. What a museum, right? Whoa!
Hello and welcome to JoJo's Big Frank and Beans, Central Virginia's sci-fi and pop culture comic book store chat. I am one of your hosts, Big, and to my left,
Frank, as always, and to my left,
and Bean, as always.
What's going on, guys? I think we should start a new segment in the beginning. It should be Stupid People, because it seems like each time we talk about what's going on in our lives, we just talk about dumb people doing dumb things.
I mean, it happens so often.
And to be fair, that's pretty much about 90% of our conversations.
So what have y'all been up to? Ran into any dumb people lately?
I ran into some dumb birds.
Dumb birds?
Dumb birds. So I was here in the house and just watching some TV, and then all of a sudden it sounded like someone was in the attic. Like someone was up there, not only just in the attic, but like tearing
Jumping
stuff up.
around and
Ben's going crazy too. Remember, we heard the knocking and stuff on the doors last time.
So I grab a flashlight and go up into the attic, and
nothing.
you know, I was half expecting, you know, to see something jumping around. I go up there and I hear it up on the roof. So everything I'm hearing is actually coming from the roof.
Damn. They
Go-
were loud then. Very
Yeah.
loud.
So I go out into the front yard and look up. There are three turkey vultures on my roof. And you know how big a turkey vulture is.
Huge.
Is there something dead on your roof?
There was three of them up there, and it was, you know, right about the time I'm sitting there thinking, how am I going to get them down? What am I going to shoot them with?
Right.
Is they flew away. They flew into like one of the pine trees here on my property. Three of them.
You have rabbits. I saw your rabbit again in your driveway.
I have a lot of rabbits.
Maybe they're trying to eat the babies.
It could be.
Maybe that's why they're up there.
They were making a ruckus up there.
Those are big damn birds.
They are.
Those
huge.
things are not small.
No, and they were not being quiet.
Yeah, they don't call them vultures for for no reason.
There's a hawk, or I think it's a hawk, or something big that lives behind the house, and my mom has to watch her little dog, the littlest one, when it's out there, because it might get
Just swoop it up.
I think that would be a blessing if that happened.
That dog is nuts.
one can hope.
Are you like tying pork chops to its neck and whatnot?
Man, if I tied a pork chop to that little dog's neck,
It-
it would probably stand there and bark at it for a while, not knowing what it is. And then it would probably pee on it and then lay on it and take a nap.
So if we did start a segment with stupid people doing stupid things, I have the cream of the crop that happened to me
Like
today.
already?
Already the cream of the crop. So
Do tell.
So I'm going to do some grilling tomorrow for the 4th, right? So I had to exchange my propane tank because it was out. So I'm exchanging my propane tank, and if you've ever seen them, they look like vending machines now. There's like 5 tanks, 5 tanks, 5 tanks. So there's like 15 tanks in this like metal cage. You go up, you put your card in, the door opens, you put your tank in, and then it gives you a tank. So put the card in, open the door, put my tank in, and close the door, and then the little credit card machine says error. And I'm like, oh, crap. And it's like error, refunding. Didn't give me my tank back. And I'm like,
So it took your tank
yep.
and then said, take a hike.
Yep. And I was like, oh, no, bullshit, because a tank, a refill is only like $15, but a brand new tank's like $45. I'm like, nah, this isn't going to happen. So get on the horn. There's a number on there. Get on the horn and start calling the lady, and she's like walking me through it, and she's like pinging the machine and trying to get it to work. And as I'm doing that, there's a guy that walks up. So I'm in front of Sam's Club, and there's a guy that walks up, and he lights a cigarette. Not only does he light a cigarette, He leans up against the machine and he's sitting there smoking, and I'm pulling propane tanks out and putting them back in and closing the doors.
What's the problem, Vic?
There are 15 containers of gas right in front of me. I mean, I was about to just like walk away. Like I just started to back up from the machine and back up. And I'm talking to the lady on the phone. I'm like, oh my
they're
gosh.
probably only 10-gallon tanks. I mean, come on, Big. That's not that big of an explosion.
10,
Not that bad.
10-gallon tanks, but there's
it's
15 of them. There's 150 gallons.
It's not
there.
that bad.
And
It's perfectly reasonable to have just one open flame.
you know what? I was worried to call on my cell phone to the lady, and just kind of get her
That's-
to walk me through it in front of the
That's
tank.
been myth busted. The cell phones don't actually
They
do
don't.
it. No.
Well, they say it when you go to like the gas pumps. It's like don't smoke a cigarette, don't get on your cell phone, don't. Blah. There's probably a bunch of dumb people like not paying attention and talking on the phone and spill gas everywhere.
It's like a greater chance of static electricity from using the wrong type of container. But
Oh.
anyway, we're not talking about that. Come on.
Well, I survived.
Was there an explosion?
I survived.
Was there an explosion?
I never. I got my tank back, but they were having malfunctions and I couldn't get a new tank. But I survived.
So you got your empty tank back.
Yep. Well, which I'm fine with because I can take it somewhere else and get exchange it for $15 versus the $45 of having to buy a new tank.
Right.
I mean, I was fine with that, but stupid people doing stupid things. Really, you go smoke a cigarette and lean up against.
That's the second time you've had like a gas story here on the show. Remember the guy who was like backing up to your gas pump?
And that's the same Sam's Club I was at.
Maybe you're just destined to explode at Sam's Club.
Where's that at? Is that?
Newport News.
Oh God, those people.
It's close to you.
Everybody that is in that parking lot, they're retarded. It's like when you hit that like intersection that has all the stop signs. Once you go through the threshold right there, something happens.
Done. I think that's why they wouldn't put. They were going to do a Wegmans or something at that corner, right there where the Kiln Creek is. And I think they didn't do it because that was going to add another layer of stupidity in that area.
Oh yeah.
So they were like, "Nah, we're not. We've already gone ludicrous. We're not going plaid."
Yeah, that dude. And there's so many people there, especially right before the gas went stupid. They had gas for like 20 cents cheaper than everybody else. And there was like a line every direction out of that place just from people trying to get into the place, blocking all the roads to get out. Like it was retarded. There was people driving on the wrong side of the road because the lane that they were in was backed up.
Yep,
Because
saw
people
that.
were trying to turn right to get into the damn place. And so the people that weren't trying to sit there were getting on the wrong side of the road. And I'm not having that, so I went. So that's my side of the road. Get out of my way. Guess who's getting a ticket here? Not me. So, yeah, they had to move because I wasn't waiting any longer.
Well, with that, I think it's time to get right into it.
Oh, I think
Big-
it's time.
Big time?
It's big time.
Big time.
Crap.
Big time news of big time. Did y'all hear about this? They changed the end of WandaVision.
I did hear something about that. They changed the credit scene, right?
Yeah. So after the credits, they had and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch it past the credits. So when I heard about this was the first time that I saw it. So they removed some ducks, they added some trees, and apparently there is some people are calling it a figure off to the left-hand side as it's zooming in onto the house that Wanda's
Is it Jesus?
in. So the claim, people were speculating that it's Doctor Strange flying down, unless Doctor Strange has changed his name.
To Jesus?
To Jesus.
Okay.
It is not. But then that was actually busted, and Disney said it was just lighting that they had that was a little off.
It was a weather balloon or something.
I did see a clip online, and that's what someone was saying, that it was just, in the visual effects that they created, it was just a lighting anomaly, and that's all it looked like to me.
Mm-hmm.
So is that just like episode 1, or is that like all of the episodes?
It's the very last one, the season finale. So the other thing that I thought was interesting is that they actually changed the credits. So there's actually a tribute to a Doctor Strange. I think it's like a song in there. So they didn't have it originally, and now they have it. I'm not really sure if there was a song that was added to the end or not. It didn't say anything about that, but apparently that was added to the credits itself. So this is kind of interesting.
That is kind of interesting, especially since they were saying Doctor Strange could be Jesus.
Well, so Doctor Strange was actually supposed to be in Wandavision, and they cut it out. They were actually going to record him in, and then they cut it out.
Like in the last episode, or just some time during the season?
Just sometime during.
He was going to make an appearance, and he never did.
Yeah, and there's a lot of speculation that it was, they didn't do it because of COVID and all these other things. But I don't think there's a real truth to why they cut it out. But it's obviously going to tie in, or the Scarlet Witch has got to tie into the Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. So I think they were going to set it up.
I wouldn't think that Doctor Strange, or like any superheroes for that matter, would be susceptible to COVID. It's kind of weird. It's freaking weird, ain't it?
Well, hey, Superman's allergic to freaking rocks. I mean,
good point there.
True, green rocks.
Freaking COVID.
So next on big news. So I don't know. Have y'all ever heard of Nebs Gaming?
no.
I've heard
I
of
saw
it.
it on the rundown when you put it on the rundown. That's I had no idea what that was.
So
I've heard of it from you, and I've seen several of their videos also.
So I've been following Nebs Gaming for a long time now on YouTube, and I think Ben, you would kind of appreciate these guys. So
They're funny.
one was in the military, and I mean they're all our age. They're all like in their 40s. And so one was in the military, and one was going to college, and everybody kind of was doing their own thing, and they all wanted to get into videos and like doing movies. So they all went to school in Wilmington to kind of start a career in the movie industry. Well, they realized that it's much harder to get into the movie industry than you would think. So what they started to do is they were all buddies, and they all played video games, and they started to their own YouTube channel called Nebs Gaming. So they do the editing. They actually hired somebody for editing, and these guys have thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. I mean, they have like 5K Facebook followers. I mean, they're just super popular. But the thing that happened recently was Thick44, his name is Tony, that's on there. He actually got brain tumor. He found out that he had brain tumor. He was playing golf or something like that. And I think the reason, I mean, I've been following these guys for a long time, huge fan, but I think the reason why I wanted to bring it up is that they started a GoFundMe page for him, and they asked for $44. And last time I checked, they have raised $200,000.
Good Lord.
And think about it. You basically get paid through YouTube, and you're like a startup company. Like, the health insurance is probably non-existent. Like, you buy it yourself. So to go and get brain surgery and have all these people help out was a pretty big feat.
He had some type of insurance.
He did.
I read that article, and it said something about calculating after insurance. They don't know what the bills were going to be. But, yeah, even with the insurance, even if they paid 90%, it's going to be like millions of dollars.
It's brain surgery.
So, yeah, it can't be cheap I mean, it cost $14,200 to stay in the emergency room for a day and a half.
Whew.
With no insurance. $14,000 for a day and a half.
So I was I was kind of gave up on humanity at a point recently. I was just like, you know
Just
what?
recently?
Wow.
I was just like, you know what? I've had a rough day. Everybody's beating me down. And I was like, you know, people are stupid and whatever. And then I found out about the GoFundMe and all these people helping him. And you would think YouTube and video games, it's a bunch of kids. A bunch of kids don't have enough money to put together $200,000. I mean, it is all...
Yeah,
you know,
there was people donating like $50, like a lot of $50, like $100,
Yeah.
chunks of money. Yeah. So I don't know. Kids do have a lot of money nowadays
do they?
from YouTube.
Oh.
You know, they
Well, how come we don't get a lot of money from YouTube?
Because we don't open up presents for other people to watch. I mean,
Well, we have done that.
we have done that, but like, there was like a I don't know if it's a meme or whatever. It was like one picture and then another picture, and it showed the first picture, and it was this dude who goes to college for like, I don't know, 12 years, and then like 6 more years of med school, and he gets $300,000 a year or something is what he ends up making. He's a brain surgeon and whatnot. And then the other picture shows a little kid who's like 6 years old, and there was, I forget what toy it was. It was like a
Kirby.
It was something with a K. I don't know. He was opening some type of, yeah, we'll call it a Kirby. He was opening Kirby's for other people to see, and that kid was making $1 million a year off of that.
Wow.
No school. So, yeah, I don't know how they do it. Like,
Actually, I guess his parents were making $1 million.
yeah, I'm sure it was them.
Because it's not going to him, straight to him.
Yeah. They'll have that money burnt by the time he's 18.
Mm-hmm. Buying boats.
He won't even remember any of it. Exploit the crap out of that poor kid. Oh, well.
I can't blame him. I'd probably do the same.
There you go.
I mean, if you have a kid to exploit, you might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Here, open this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
But if you get the chance, check out Nebs Gaming. Support them. I know a lot of their proceeds are going towards Thick 44. I'm a huge fan. I'm not saying stop watching right now. Finish this video, and then go ahead and check out Nebs Gaming and subscribe to them. Just kind of help the cause. So I've been
Entertaining videos. Very, very entertaining.
super entertaining.
They're funny as crap.
And they cuss in there, and I mean, they're just
It's not for kids.
no, they're just having a good time.
Yep. Good stuff.
So I've been a Simpsons fan forever. Have y'all been a Simpsons fan forever?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Simpsons been on what 40 plus years.
It's like the longest running show ever. I didn't know if it was still until I saw your article that you're talking about. I didn't even know that they were still making current episodes.
Yep, they sure are. So they're doing a spinoff from the Loki TV series July 7th. So that's coming quick, and it's like a parody, right? They're going to be joking on Loki and joking about Loki, and probably taking what they have in the TV realm right now and shrinking it down and putting it into, I think it's only like a 30-minute episode, but just wanted to put that out there. We do have Loki on the rundown later, but July 7th, I don't remember what time it was.
They're just doing one episode? Like
Just
they're not doing like a 3-part or anything?
Yep. Just one episode. I love it when they do the little spin-offs, though. They've done a ton of them. Like, they do, like, Halloween, and they do...
The Family Guy did a Star Wars one that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I own that. That one's really good.
Funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, Family Guy's done a bunch. They did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory one that's pretty racy. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. So I kind of got this a little last minute. So this just came out yesterday. Kevin Feige throws some shade for the Spider-Man actor Alfred Moila. I'm probably saying his name wrong because I say everybody's wrong. So he was the original Doc Ock, and apparently he's coming back in the new Spider-Man. So I guess they were keeping all of this under wraps.
He did. He spilled the beans like big time. He did.
Oops.
I don't know what he was supposed to do, and that was a while ago. That was a few months ago, where he just just let the cat out of the bag.
So
Didn't you say something about where they weren't like giving him information now because didn't we discuss this at one point?
Well, no, the one we discussed was Tom Holland. How
Oh yeah, that was it.
he
That
was
it. Okay.
always doing spoilers.
Yeah. Okay.
This one just came out of the blue, and I don't know all the details on it, but it was like a couple months ago where he did that.
Oops.
So they just did I guess a pre-screening for Black Widow, and I guess they asked Kevin Feige some stuff about Spider-Man, and he was like, "Why don't you ask him since he's spilling the beans?" You know, classic Kevin style.
Oh,
like
wow.
threw him right under the bus. So I thought that was hilarious. He's
Why don't you
pretty
ask
funny.
him? He'll tell you.
And last on the rundown, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew July 9th, coming quick, Black Widow. I'm sure we're going to work it into our program.
Oh, no doubt.
It's in the movie theaters, and it's coming on Disney Plus. $30, or it's like $29.99 for their premiere access, and you can watch it. So it'll be here before you know it. Make sure you catch it.
Excellent.
And that's it for big news.
No more big news
Big news
ever.
is out.
Like it's done.
For this time, it's done.
It's sad.
Uh,
I like that show, and they're canceling it already.
What am I supposed to say, Ben? Big news is Split. What was we were watching Terminator 2, and the guy was like, "Let's split." And I was like, nobody uses that term anymore. We should bring it back.
Eddie Furlong said, "Let's split."
Yeah. He's like, "Let's split."
Let's split. Let's skedaddle.
Skedaddle. That's even better.
Skedaddle on out of here. I don't like that Eddie Furlong kid.
So, Loki episode 4. We'll start with the rundown. Rundown was a little light this time.
Well, yeah,
All
we
our
don't have
shows
Superman this time
ended,
around.
and you know, Superman's allergic to rocks and shit. And for whatever reason, I don't see how this show is gonna last.
Loki?
I mean, no, the Superman show, because they keep taking all these freaking breaks. Like, how do they keep?
Well, that's what network television does anyway.
How do they keep their fans like there? Like,
I don't know.
if you sit down to watch your show and you're like, where's my show? Oh, is it the right day? Yeah, it's the right day. Where's my damn show? And then next week you sit down. Where's my damn show? You still don't have a show.
Not gonna lie, if we weren't doing the podcast, since this one is off air for 3 weeks, I would probably not realize that the next episode was on in the 4th week, and probably wouldn't catch it for like another week or two after that.
Yeah. I mean, so, yeah, if I would have missed it twice, and then next week I wouldn't even bother to watch.
Yep. But at least I could binge it at that point.
Yeah, you got several episodes to watch when you finally do, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, whatever. That show's going to last just because.
It's a good show.
I like it.
Yeah. So what did y'all think of Loki? Episode 4, kind of crazy. Thought it was crazy.
So at the very beginning of the episode with the little girl, was that
Sylvie.
That's
Sylvie? Her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
So
her.
100% that was her.
Yeah.
That's what I got from
Yeah, they
that.
address it at the end. Because when she's taking her to go see the timekeepers,
Mm-hmm.
she's the Sylvie asks, what's her name? What was her Nexus event? Like, what caused
Right,
it
she
to
wanted to
happen?
know.
And she was like, don't even remember. She said, I don't even remember why we were there for you.
So if you watch that beginning of that scene there, what happens is the little girl's playing, and she says something about how she's gonna kill the dragon and save the people of Asgard. So obviously, like, empathy, and so that's my and maybe that's really obvious, but that's my feeling of what her Nexus event was. She was actually a Loki
is not supposed to have
any empathy.
Oh, good
and
point.
she does change her name to Sylvie also. I mean, that is another name for Loki, but still, she's like the only one that uses an alternate name.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then again, when they're in the apocalypse and they see that huge break on the timeline, again, it's empathy. He's feeling it for himself.
Yes, when he
Variation of
falls,
himself.
when he falls in love with himself. I thought that was freaking great. Like, I was like, that is awesome. Like, I mean, he's got it made. If the world wasn't getting ready to crash down on him,
Yeah.
he like found the perfect person for himself.
Himself.
Yes.
I think I can identify with that.
I mean,
I love me. Give yourself Valentine's presents.
he found the vagina version of himself. Like,
And isn't that what we all just want?
yeah, but then the sacred timeline goes like that, and then they come and take you away.
It's all downhill from there.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, I think if you're too self-absorbed and you love yourself too much, it might get a little out of hand. I don't know if it'll break a whole timeline, but people will probably be like, what's wrong with this dude when he's sitting there in the corner being like, oh, I love me. Oh, you know?
Oh, wow.
Just saying.
Right.
Just saying.
Remind me later to tell you guys about this movie called Girl in the Basement.
I don't know if I want to know about that.
We won't talk about it now. There's a lot to talk about it, but it's way off subject. But just remind me later.
Okay.
It's a true story, by the way.
True story about a girl in a basement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not talking about a girl in your basement. You're just talking about a movie?
You may have spilled the beans.
Damn it, Big. No, it's a movie, but it's a true story. It happened fairly recently. I heard about it in the news after I had started watching the movie, and I was like, wait a minute, I heard about this crap, but it was pretty good. But it's not Loki. We're talking about Loki.
Loki. Timekeepers. Robots.
And like, I don't understand what the girl, like the main, the administrator, whatever. I don't.
The former school teacher.
Right, what's her deal? Like, why is she, like, why is she doing what she's doing? Like, why? Like, what's her role there? Because, like,
What's her motivation?
Yeah, like, she started out as, like, a hunter. She was just a regular hunter in the very beginning when she missed Sylvie, and then now she's, like, in charge of it all. But she obviously knows that the timekeepers aren't timekeepers. Like, so who's she taking her orders from?
Maybe
like,
it is
what?
still the timekeepers. It's just that's a decoy timekeeper.
So you remember
Uh-huh.
I said I thought it was Mobius.
Mobius, who's now dead.
Well, hold on.
He may not
we
be
killed
dead.
both main characters died in this episode.
Whoa, Loki's not dead.
Loki appears at
in the credit
end.
scene. Yeah, I know.
So that means there's a chance for Mobius too.
That's true.
Or anybody who gets pruned.
Yeah.
They go somewhere. It doesn't kill them.
Nope.
They go somewhere.
Maybe.
I like that phrase though. Pruned.
Pruned.
Like, what would you do to the vultures on your house?
I'm going to prune those motherfuckers.
Exactly. I'm gonna start using that.
It doesn't like need any explanation either.
No,
Like,
you know
say
what I
you're
mean?
gonna prune something, like They just kind of get it, even if you don't know what that means. Like, that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
Would you let somebody prune your penis?
Hell no.
Are you thinking about it?
Well, no, I think they already did.
Whoa!
In the category of too much information, we now have it.
I don't really want to go into all the details. Is all
Think,
it's all personal.
yes. Thank the Lord Jesus.
Well, anyway, back to Loki. So you pretty much were thinking that the time lords are just all a hoax, and there is.
I think so.
And so are you thinking that that chick is behind the whole thing?
I don't think she's behind it. I think she's a puppet somehow, some way, because she's trying to cover, like they showed when she got her phone stolen, and Mobius was looking at the interview that they did with U40 or whatever the one girl was, who she keeps saying she like degressed like super rapidly, and Mobius like, I just talked to her, she was fine, and she was like, well, right after that she died. Like it's just weird how she's like covering that up. And when he's watching the video, like she starts talking about the TVA being a cover up, and like they've been lying to you, and everybody, she says that she's a variant and everybody's a variant, and then she stops the recording, and like you see her looking back at the camera, and she has like a look of shock on her face, like, oh God, I can't believe this was just recorded. So she's trying to cover up something for some reason. I don't know. I don't think I think the Timekeepers is just like an illusion. I don't think they exist.
I'll tell you, the thought that I had almost right away from the beginning was when we saw that it was all a farce. Like, you know, the Timekeepers are this Chuck E. Cheese character, right?
Wally's Wonderland.
Right.
It was even disturbing like that, how they had him up there. It was disturbing like Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, first of all, I couldn't understand a fucking word a single one of them said. I mean, I hope it wasn't anything important that came out of their mouths, because I have no idea what they said.
I watched it twice, and the second time through I turned the captions on so I could read what they were saying, because I knew I wasn't going to understand it again.
I still to this day I have no idea what they said. But the thing that occurred to me, you know, you get all this talk about how are they going to bring the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everyone's speculating on that. What if what we're witnessing right now is a variation of Mojo World? Right? Mojo reality is just entertainment for Mojo's viewers. And this is all a scheme by Mojo. He still enslaves mutants for his entertainment. And now the Avengers are now just stumbling upon that, and they're going to have to rescue the mutants from Mojo World. What if that's the whole story arc that's coming up?
Mind-blowing. You're right. That could be it.
Could be. Just saying.
They should hire Ben.
They should. The mutant detective right here.
It's probably going to be less than that.
Yeah, I still think it's kind of far-fetched, because I don't know, but it's possible. That could be it. And as soon as the Timekeepers were phony, Mojo's exactly what popped into my head.
Ah, very nice. Well, when they do bring the X-Men in, I hope they don't. I hope they change the character for Phoenix, Jean Grey.
You mean the actress?
Yes. I don't.
Why?
Because I just don't like Sandra Stark. Is that her name?
I don't know.
I just don't like her. I didn't like her in the Game of Thrones.
Just a bad actor, or just not in the right role?
I just don't like her. She doesn't have any star power to me. I don't know. Do you like her, Ben?
I certainly liked the other actress as Jean Grey better.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like this girl. Like, there's something about her. It's just, I don't know. Doesn't have star power. She doesn't seem like a mutant. I don't know.
It wouldn't
be my choice.
It wouldn't surprise me as if once we get the X-Men's into the Marvel Cinematic Universe that they're all recast. I don't know that they'd carry over anyone.
Yeah.
They should. Just start fresh with whole new. Of course, they'll probably keep what's his name, McElroy.
The guy who plays Professor X.
Yeah, they'll probably keep him. Just because. It was funny. I watched Deadpool last night, and when what's his name, Colossus is like dragging Deadpool away. Deadpool says something like Colossus says he's taking him to go see the professor, and then Deadpool says something like he says, "Oh, which one?" He says, "McElroy or Stewart," is what he says. Like, he says their actual last names.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's the first time I've noticed it. I don't know. I've seen the movie like 15 times and just never noticed that before. That movie's so funny.
That is really funny.
Love that movie.
So, what did y'all think of the after credit scene of African American Loki, old man Loki, and I guess baby boy Loki that the Loki that we're familiar with runs into?
I wasn't sure that the guy on the far left was Loki because he has a hammer. I thought that might have been Thor.
Oh, African American Thor.
I thought that might have been Thor, but I don't know because the other two were definitely, you could identify them as Loki.
They had like
have the
older
horns,
guy,
and even the little pet lizard had the horns.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the horns on the guy with the hammer.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But the hammer looked a little different than Thor's hammer too, so I don't know if that was the Loki-like part, that the hammer was different. How was Loki holding the hammer? He's not worthy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
man, if they're all Lokis and they're all trying to stab each other in the back and they're all deceiving,
they're not going to make it through the next episode.
Well, there's only 6, so they don't have much further to go anyway.
It was good that they showed that scene, though, because, I mean, without that scene, you do literally think the two main characters are dead.
What am I going to watch next week?
Yep. Because I don't think I'd continue to watch if it was just the Mrs. Loki's Sylvie. Like, I mean, she was okay, but
we don't know who she is.
She definitely doesn't carry the show.
No. No.
If it was up to her to carry the show, no one would be watching.
Failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it happened, I was like, when Loki and Morbius died, I was like, what episode is this? I was like, did I miss something?
6?
So I had to like look real quick, and I was like, hold on a second. Let me check after the credits. There's got to be something else here. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. He didn't. I wasn't sure if that was Loki or not because he had a hammer.
I want to see old man Loki. I bet he's going to be funny as crap.
His suit is funny as crap. I know that.
Exactly.
I could make that with like shop rags I have at the house. Like, it looked pretty low budget. It looks like Spider-Man's like first suit that he makes, or Deadpool's first suit that he makes.
I gotta admit, they do a good job of keeping the comedy throughout every episode. I bet they kind of have him or them, the new Lokis, play into that as well. It should be interesting to watch.
The outtakes on that show are probably great, like behind the scenes crap that happens.
For sure. For sure.
Who knows? Maybe the guy who plays Loki is not funny at all. Maybe he's a complete total douche. Who knows? Isn't there a famous actor that's like that? Like, didn't somebody like flip out like recently on like the crew members, some COVID related thing? Like Tom Cruise or somebody.
Tom Cruise flipped out, yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't know. He like really flipped out.
What would the Church of Scientology think about that?
I don't know. Do they have like a god that they like worship, or
No clue.
do they
No,
worship
they worship
like a science book or
so-
something? Like what do
an
they?
atom, I guess.
Uh,
Who knows?
they pray to the almighty atom. I have no idea
Me
how
either.
that shit works. I just know it always gets like bad stories in the news. Something like molesting children. No, wait, that's the other one. Sorry. I had a rundown, so I don't even know what's next because I didn't read my rundown. It disappeared.
We don't
somewhere.
have Superman this time around, so to get some Superman into the show, we thought we'd do a little bit of a legacy watch.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I tried to get the wife to watch Superman, the first one, with me. It didn't work. She was like, nope, no thanks.
She didn't want to watch Superman?
No.
Why?
She barely even watches the Marvel stuff that we watched together today. She will watch Superman and Lois, though. She likes Bitsy. It's the Lois.
Have she seen Superman before?
No. But she doesn't even
Really?
want-
She hasn't seen the 1978 Superman?
No, doesn't even want to venture down that road.
Huh.
Yeah. She'd rather watch some
She's
girly
just too
show.
old.
There's not enough drama for her. She likes to watch, those.
Reality shows.
Yeah, the things I don't like to watch. So I get it. No big deal.
Huh.
So we ended up recasting Superman #1, and I had to go back and watch it. Like I was saying, I forgot how good that movie was.
Movie's great.
That movie
It's
is
the best
really
Superman
great.
movie.
That movie is really great.
Oh, it still holds up to this day.
Yeah, and actually, the special effects weren't that bad. I was
they're
actually,
good.
yeah, I was actually, because every time you go back and watch a movie that's that old, you expect the cheese, and I was like, this really isn't that cheesy. Like they're flying through the air, and it looks pretty legit.
Can you imagine today if they tried to make that movie and Superman flew backwards around counterclockwise and that made time go backwards? Can you imagine how many people would eat that freaking topic up and like talk it down so bad?
Yeah,
And
dissect it.
dude, they could not do that now. Just, no, that's not how it works. You can't just fly around the world and make it go backwards.
How do you know? Have you ever done it?
Haven't done it, but that's not how it would work.
Well,
And
even in the catch line to the movie, you see the big difference. So the catch line, the thing that they used to sell the movie was, you're going to believe a man can fly. That was it.
mm-hmm.
If they can convince you that a guy can fly, they've done their job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, that's a better Superman story than, having him destroy everything on the planet so much that when he's fighting Zod, he has to go into space and destroy stuff there
Hate that
too.
movie.
Mhm.
That's so stupid.
It's-
I can't stand that movie.
Yeah. So, there aren't any big explosions or terrible things, but it's, it is easily the best Superman movie.
Second best has got to be Richard Pryor, though.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Or maybe part 4.
Oh, the quest for peace.
Yeah. With the blonde-headed super radiation guy. That one's freaking great.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one. I know
Don't.
I've seen it. Now I have
Please
to.
don't.
Now I have to.
It's so bad. You should watch Blood of Heroes instead. Yeah.
So
Definitely the best Superman movie for sure.
oh, no doubt.
For sure.
And one of the things we did that we thought would be fun is to recast the movie with current actors, the same way we did with Batman 1989. So
Pig was not here for that one.
No, I missed that one.
You did cast one person though.
Yeah, Samuel L. And I almost threw him into this one too as Lex. I was like, man, I could put Samuel L. as Superman or Lex. Which one should I do? Because he'd be great in both roles.
Doesn't Samuel play a bad guy in like that British movie that has like that British James Bond kid or
The Kingsman?
yeah. Isn't Sam L a bad guy in that?
I am not sure.
I've never seen it. I know Sam L's in it, and I got the assumption that he was a bad guy for some reason.
Yeah.
Ben's never seen
I've
that
never
movie.
no, I've never seen it.
So who's going first here
It doesn't matter to me.
on the reveal?
Why don't you go first, Big? You
All
had yours
right.
filled in first, I believe.
I didn't see anybody else's, but I filled mine in on the rundown. So bear with me here, okay? So because I had a really hard time doing Superman Clark Kent, and I was like going through people and like what I like my criteria to do a Superman is somebody from the backwoods country because he's from like Oklahoma or something like that.
He's from Kansas. Smallville, Kansas.
Smallville, Kansas. So he's from the backwoods, Smallville, Kansas, and
Deliverance.
and he's got to have that all American feel for me. So I had a hard time. I mean, I went through and did everybody, and I couldn't figure him out. So I actually went with Luke Bryan. So he is he's that all American, and he's kind of got that country twang to him, and he's just good at what he does. And I think he can do the hair, like for Superman. I think he's got
He
it.
can pull off the super curl.
Yeah, I think he could do the super curl.
The most important part, right?
Exactly.
Next, I did Lex Luthor as Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
And for some reason, I couldn't get out of my head that he had to be bald. He just had to be bald. So I was
They
like,
can be artificial, you know.
true. But for some reason, Billy Zane just seemed like he would be the good kind of evil, but still the genius behind it, like high IQ, but super evil. I thought he'd do good. Lois Lane, Liv Tyler, hands down. She's hot. She's got that. She's got that wittiness to her. I think she would do great. So I was super proud of Otis because I thought he should be Jack Black. Because I could just picture him being a doofus because that's what he is. Like, he just falls into that role. And then Miss Teschmacher, Jennifer Love Hewitt. For some reason, she can play the role of being dumb. I mean, she's got, I knew you were going to say that. When I put her down there, I knew you were going to say that. But I thought that she could bring it home for the dumb, yet she shows that she has the heart to save Superman at the end.
Right.
I think she just had the all around for that character. And those are my picks. I mean, it's better than just doing Samuel L., Samuel L., Samuel L., Samuel L., and Samuel L.
Sam L for all the parts?
Exactly.
Damn. I don't know
Didn't
if I
Eddie
could-
Murphy already do that movie?
I think he did it like twice. The Clumps and Nutty Professor.
I would definitely like to see Jack Black as Otis.
Jack Black is a good choice as Otis.
Yeah, he would make an excellent Otis.
For sure.
Frickin' Jack Black.
For sure. So if any of those actors are listening right now and they want to do Superman 1 again, come to me.
They can finance it.
Yeah,
and you can just do all the stuff.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
I'll jump on that venture with you too. Why not?
You'll take on that risk?
Yeah, sure. I will go next, I
All right.
suppose. I have not heard Ben's picks yet, so we'll save the the best for last. The bean for last. The beans for last. All right, so who's first on the list? Was it Superman?
Yep. Clark
Superman,
Kent, Superman.
Clark Kent. I picked John Hamm for that. I didn't put this on the rundown.
But they
That's
are
all right.
up on the screen.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I thought so. At first, I had who did I have picked at first? Damn, now I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, John Hamm. I thought he would be a good Superman. He could pull it off. Not like I wouldn't cast him for like a new Superman movie because I can't see him as being like super athletic and doing all kinds of crazy shit. But he could definitely pull off 1978 Superman who just kind of stands there like this and block bullets and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Lex Luthor. Who did I pick for Lex Luthor? Is it on the screen somewhere? Oh.
Woody Harrelson.
I did pick Woody Harrelson for Lex Luthor.
So I thought about him too. He was definitely on my list. I think I picked like 3 or 4 people, and he was on there.
I like Woody Harrelson. I think he could pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could. And it was hard to pick somebody for Otis, but I needed like I figured Woody Harrelson and what's his name from Shake and Bake, John C. Reilly.
He's a good choice.
I figured him and Woody could play off of each other, like Lex and whoever that other guy that played Otis was.
Yeah,
Warren Beatty, or somebody, some Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
If he acted like he was in Step Brother and Superman as Otis,
Right.
sold.
Right.
Sold.
That's what I thought of, Step Brothers. I was like, dude, boats and hoes. For Lois Lane, I picked, what's her name? Rachel McAdams.
That was the one I wanted to hear your explanation on the most because I why to particularly hear you say that her why.
I picked her because I think her and John Hamm would make a good team together.
Okay.
Like the same reason for Lex and Otis.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen her in several different like movies where she's I think she has the range where she could definitely play somebody smart, and she's definitely hot.
That
so.
star power.
She's
She's
got a lot of star power.
Mhm.
She's been in all kinds of different movies, or shows or whatnot. Like, I don't know. I had somebody else picked, and I can't. My second picks were pretty good, and I should have brought them with me, but.
And then Scarlett Johansson as Miss Tessmacher.
Yes, Scarlett Johansson as Miss Tessmacher.
Mm-hmm. That one works.
Yeah.
That one really does.
I picked her because I just wanted to see her laying down on the road in a red dress.
Good choice.
Yep. Yep. That's what I thought. Ben?
Yeah, Bean.
Who
All
did
right.
you pick, Benjamin?
So I'm sure you guys are going to pick my picks apart because they're not traditional picks at all.
I thought
But,
about going that
Samuel
route.
L. Samuel L.
There is no Samuel L. Jackson.
Who
But
you
here we
got?
go. So for Superman, I wanted to pick someone who definitely had not played Superman, but who I felt could actually do the job. And he has been up for the part before.
Nicolas Cage.
Matt, I'm not sure if his name is Bomer or Bomber or Matt Bomer. So you may have seen him in the Doom Patrol series. He plays the guy with all the bandages on.
He definitely has the look.
Is he the
Yeah.
guy from the pirate Black Sails?
No. So he was also in White Collar, the TV show White Collar. He played an art thief. That's probably what he's most known for. And I think he was on a soap opera as well. But I thought he would be of the people who have not played Superman, I think he would be the best Superman in my opinion. Then I picked for Lois Lane, Emily Mortimer, and I picked her for Lois Lane because she's basically already played the part before. She played the producer character in the newsroom, and to me that was Lois Lane, and she was really good at that. For Miss Tessmacher, I chose Kaylee Cuoco from the Big Bang Theory. So she's attractive, but she's also got some comedy chops, and so she could do that role pretty well.
Definitely.
And then I cast Lex Luthor and Otis as a pair, and actually it came from my Lex Luthor casting came from more from Otis. So I thought that Tyler Labine from Dale and Tucker versus Evil would be a freaking perfect Otis. And he does so well with Alan Tudyk that I cast Alan Tudyk as Lex Luthor. And I think if you made a Superman movie with Alan Tudyk as Lex Luthor, Tyler Labine as Otis, and Kaylee Cuoco as Miss Tessmacher, I don't even need to see Superman, right? The entire movie can be the three of them, and it would be fantastic.
Have the original Christopher Reeves play that part, and nobody will even realize what's going on.
Man, I don't know. I'd have a hard time seeing Alan Tudyk as a bad guy. Like he'd really have to do some acting to make himself.
He's a bad guy in Resident Alien.
Kind
no,
of.
I want to laugh at him the whole time.
Yeah.
Even while he's saying I'm going to blow the fucking world up, I want to laugh at him.
But that's still it could be an excellent Lex Luthor. It doesn't always have to be the same.
He would really have to. He'd really have to change my impression of him to make him a bad guy.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him in a lot of other things, and that's the one thing that sticks in my head is Resident Alien, so that's why it would be hard for me to get past it and see him as a real bad guy.
I've seen him in like a lot of different things. I've seen him in like a bunch of dramas, and I still want to laugh at his face. It's just funny. His face makes me want to laugh.
Oh, man.
He looks hilarious. So, I don't know. He'd really have to impress me for me to see him as a bad guy. Like, his face makes me laugh. I can't see him wanting to blow the world up. I mean, he does. He does want to blow the world up. That's his mission. But anyway, is that it?
Yeah, that's all we had for this time.
Didn't we do trivia last time we did the Legacy Watch? Also,
Probably.
I think we did.
That might be.
We did a trivia or something last time.
Yeah.
I thought this time was different.
But I think we should split or skedaddle.
Skedaddle? Split. That would be swell.
Happy 4th, everybody.
Oh, yeah, it is 4th.
Thanks for watching.
Adios.